Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony. Welcome to another edition of B&A Sports Talk. So, let's talk some Giants. Let's talk some reactions to football and stuff. I want to start off with the Giants, just this one topic, because I just saw Kenny G has 1.6 yards of separation. That's the worst in the NFL. Yes, we knew that coming in. He has the separation of Golden Tate, but he's not 5'10". He's 6'5", and he has a big range, and it's going to take them to develop camaraderie. And he said, Kenny Golladay said, there's going to be some work in progress. Daniel Jones has a good connection with Sterling Shepard. He has a good connection somewhat with Darius Slayton. If he wants to catch the ball, we're going to be fine. Now, do we need a speedy guy? Yes, that's why we got Dante Pettis. Is he on the team anymore? That's why we have John Ross. So we just need to work together. Now, the people are like, oh, Saquon Barkley, if he starts getting, that means all of a sudden Kenny Golladay is going to get open. No, the same guy is going to be guarding Kenny Golladay. Maybe they put one more man in the box, but that's not Kenny Galladay's issue. His issue is, getting separation, and if he's not making those catches, that's when it starts becoming a problem. When he starts dropping the ball like he did last week, then that starts to become a problem. And I don't think he's going to drop it once he gets a little more reps, he gets a little more practice time with Daniel Jones. It's going to be fine, I think, unless he keeps on dropping the ball. But the banking thing was he's not going to get wide open. But the thing was Daniel Jones is going to be able to throw it where the defensive back can't make a play on it, and where only Kenny Golladay can catch it. And we'll see how it develops from there. Now, I want to talk about the Eagles because it's kind of been a thing where I said the Eagles are going to win 4 games if they're lucky this year. I went to a party. I was at a party with this one kid. He was a freshman, and I just graduated. I was leaving. It was kind of like a frat party type thing. And, one of my good friends was, knew somebody in the frat. Just hanging out. And I was making fun of him, basically, like, this kid's such an idiot. It was funny. We had a conversation. He goes, yeah, I play all types of sports. I'm like, well, what do you play? He goes, cross country and track. I'm like, did you do anything else in high school? He goes, no. I'm like, what? Like, did you do discus at least? Or like javelin, field events? No, I just ran. I'm like, and what? We played Frisbee sometimes on Fridays. But I basically mocked him for, this is where the story comes in. I basically mocked him saying the Eagles are not a good team. Now, they're going to deal with a lot of injuries. But even then, and by the way, the Giants, I just want to mention this. The Giants are been lucky, fingers crossed so far with injuries. But oh man, we've gotten the injury bug. Shane Lemieux and Nick Gates. That's actually lucky compared to a lot of teams. Anyway, so the Eagles now were without Michael Bennett, I think, for a while, and their offensive line is just old, and they're waiting for an injury. But this team is more competitive than I think. Let's just break it down a little bit. Their defensive backs, Darius Slay, I thought he was really regressing. He's playing a little bit better this year. Anthony Harris, all Giants fans, we wanted him. And, the other defensive backs kind of fill in from there, but the linebacking core isn't good at all either. You have Nigel Bradham, but the defensive line is pretty good. You always have Fletcher Cox there, and then the offense... the Eagles' offense is always just the Eagles' offense. That fast, like Chip Kelly comes in, just that fast, get the ball to receiver and let him make a play. But, you take a look at Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, former first-round pick, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, kind of a letdown. But Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, and you have the offensive line, and then you have Miles Sanders. That's a pretty good back who can't catch out of the backfield, but he's still pretty good. And then Jalen Hurts, all he has to do is get it to the guys, and he has that kind of versatility with run. And you're looking at this team, it's like, they're an 8-9 team, but they're not going to be. I think this race is going to be tight at the top. Now, I didn't watch the Dallas Cowboys-Chargers game, but from what I heard, it was a bunch of bogus penalties towards the end. It's whatever. We just got to take care of Dallas where we can. The last time we beat them twice, they ended up winning the division. We ended up finishing second, but control what you can control. And the Falcons, people say it's like a must-win game. Do you realize the Giants are 1 game out right now? So if we had 2 weeks left, we could still make it to the playoffs. But we have 16 weeks left, 15 games left. Can we just chill with the must-win sort of thing? You think that Taylor Heineke is going to lead a Washington football team? The defense. Now, I want to mention Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas wasn't as good as you think in the football game. He did get beat by Chase Young 3 times. So I want to mention that a little bit. But this Giants team, people are like, oh, they're not exciting to watch. They're exciting to watch for me. Because I'm a Giants fan. But I think that's kind of a good point. I want to see more excitement out of the offense. Now, I see it in spurts. And that's the kind of thing. You can't go deep on every single play. Because Daniel Jones averages 15 yards per attempt and plays 20-plus yards down the field. If we just threw it down the field every single play, we'd get 15 yards and we'd be the best offense. No, that's not how it works. It's called complementary football. And it's also kind of like they're averaging 6 rushes per attempt. If they just ran the ball, no, because you have to set up the run, and plus a 20-yard run, and then you have 3 1-yard runs. They kind of like the Saquon Barkley thing. If you have first down, you run it 3 times. Saquon Barkley, doesn't get, let's say he gets 2 yards each attempt, gets 6 yards, and then every 3 possessions you get a 20-yard gain. It's like you only got this 1 first down. I don't care if that's technically 2 first downs because it's 20 yards, whatever you might want to do. We always say about explosive plays. We're like, explosive plays. Well, Saquon Barkley's explosive plays. that's what we got. But yeah, so the Giants, we're in a good spot. Let's chill. That was one of the first times where Joe Judge kind of cost us the game we felt with his play style. We kind of maximized our chances to win last year against some certain teams. Now, you could say the Browns and the 4th and 1 weird play that we had, and you can go back to some certain instances where I think people weren't criticizing Joe Judge enough last year. We're kind of a blind supporter of Joe Judge. So I think he's still learning. It's his first time as a head coach. He's 37 years old, and there's a lot of things that he has to do. And let's transition over to Kadarius Toney talk, because Online Big Blue is now shitting on Kadarius Toney. I don't think I will turn on him because he's a Gator. But it's a little bit of antics. I said before the season, we're going to have to put up his antics the entire year. I'm like, I see it coming. I'm not saying because his shoe fell off that all of a sudden he's Odell Beckham Jr. dramatic. But he's a new type of player. Give him the ball, get him into the offense a little bit, start having some design plays against the Atlanta Falcons. We're winning 21-3. And I think we'll be fine. I think it's the beginning of the season. We're losing, and it's a bunch of people like, hey, I want to win. So, get some winning behind our belts. People are like, the New Orleans Saints are the best team since ever. Jameis Winston threw 150 yards and 5 touchdowns. How good could he have been if you only throw 150 yards? I didn't watch the game, I'll be honest. But I saw one play, he roughing the passer on Jameis Winston. He did another Jameis Winston mistake. So the Jameis Winston plays are still in there, and that was against Green Bay. Nevertheless, the game against the Panthers where they scored, by the way, 0 points. 0. That was it, 0. None of these offensive weapons scare me. The offensive line may control the defensive line. We'll talk more about the matchup. But nothing really scares me on the Saints defense, especially without their cornerback now. Nothing really, maybe their defensive front a little bit. But we should be fine. And I just want to do a little bit, what do we got? Yeah, there's one more topic. We mentioned Kadarius Toney. It's going to be fine. He's going to be our separator, but he needs to learn routes. And then next, Billy Price. We got BJ. We traded BJ for a Price. And I watched Talking Giants offensive line review, and it's kind of sad. You don't realize how good you have it until it's gone, how good Nate Gates was. Hopefully he fills into the position, but he can't move horizontally. You just watch the offensive line review. It's the first person he reviews, and it kind of let me down a little bit. Maybe Matt Skura is going to be better, but Billy Price just really lacks athleticism. He really does, and that kind of sucks. It does. And he was giving high snaps to Daniel Jones the entire time and stuff like that. But listen, we have Ben Bredesen. That was a good move. You got to credit the Giants for making some good moves here. Will Hernandez has been playing all right, not great. He's kind of been let down. But this offensive line is going to be good enough. If we get the ball quickly, the offensive line doesn't matter. Tom Brady. And now Daniel Jones knows the offense a little bit. He can be that little game manager. And I think overall, we're going to develop and be fine. That's we had a lot of different topics today, but, that's what you get for not really uploading that consistently. You get a whole just blah out of nowhere. And, but yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. And by the way, Daniel Jones, I'm the leader of the Daniel Jones isn't turnover prone, club. Joe Burrow, 3 interceptions. Tom Brady with a fumble. He's now had 3 turnovers in 2 games. Wow. It's as if your defense doesn't give you 2 pick sixes in a game, all of a sudden you're tight in some of these times because your quarterback is turning over the ball. Get out of here with this sort of stuff. Daniel Jones, 1 turnover in 2 games. We'll track it. In the bad games, I'll tell you when it's bad. In the good times, I'll tell you when it's good. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.